Andre Rieu's incredible energy defies age. Despite being in his 70s, Rieu consistently outperforms superstars like Bruce Springsteen and Coldplay in concert revenues. With over 700 performances, his live shows have earned $300 million, building an empire few could have imagined. His journey began in 1987 with a 14-piece ensemble, and today he leads the world's largest private orchestra of 75 members. With 40 million albums sold and over 50 albums recorded, Rieu has redefined classical music. Rieu has transformed classical music into a global phenomenon, with his annual Christmas concerts attracting 60,000 spectators worldwide. His success is not just musical, it's a business empire. From salon orchestra player to Billboard's highest-grossing classical artist, Rieu's rise is a testament to his talent and entrepreneurial spirit. His journey started in 1978 with the Maastricht Salon Orchestra, and by 1987 he founded the Johann Strauss Orchestra, which grew from 12 members to 60 by 2020. A breakthrough moment came in 1995 when Rieu bought 60 seconds of TV time during a football match in Amsterdam to play Shostakovich's Waltz No. 2. That decision led to 200,000 CDs sold, turning him into a household name. Rieu's commercial success is unparalleled, with his orchestra staying on Billboard's top 25 tours list for nearly 2 decades. By 2018, he had earned $550 million, solidifying his legacy as the highest-grossing classical artist. Andre Rieu's operation is massive, with a payroll of 110 full-time staff and another 100 freelancers, all working to keep his empire running smoothly. "I need USD 1 million a month just to pay everybody without touring," Rieu shared. His operation remains profitable thanks to multiple income streams, despite the significant costs involved. The classical music industry has faced challenges with declining demand and rising costs, but Rieu has found a way to thrive by blending classical music with the excitement of pop concerts. He carved his own path, challenging the traditional, often intimidating atmosphere of classical music performances. Gone are the days of silent, stuffy concert halls. "With us, it's simply not there," Rieu explained. His shows have become joyful celebrations where audiences are free to sway, hum, and clap, things traditionally discouraged in classical venues. Rieu's business has grown far beyond concerts. He built his own recording studio, production company, event business, and even custom stage and costume workshops. His musicians enjoy top-notch perks, including a personal chef, fitness instructor, Mercedes-Benz buses, and a private kindergarten for families on tour. While critics may call his performances schmaltzy, Rieu embraces it, seeing his shows as a Gesamtkunstwerk, a total work of art where music, decor, and costumes combine to create a magical experience. This approach has been a resounding success. Rieu's financial independence has set him apart from traditional orchestras that rely on government funding or donations. Ticket sales are crucial, but DVDs also play an essential role in his financial success. His self-sufficiency helped him overcome a near bankruptcy in 2008 after the costly construction of a castle replica stage set. One of Rieu's most prized assets is his castle, a 16th-century fortress in Maastricht. Far from a typical celebrity mansion, Rieu's castle, Huis de Torrens or House of the Small Turrets, is a piece of history that continues to appreciate in value. The purchase wasn't planned. "We were on holiday when our accountant called saying the front side was for sale," Marjorie Rieu recalled. Andre had a childhood connection to the property, having taken piano lessons there, though he didn't enjoy them. His love of castles stemmed from his childhood fascination with Tintin comics, where the characters bought a castle and lived there. On September 11, 1999, Rieu made his dream a reality when he purchased the castle for $1.9 million. At the time, it was divided into multiple sections, but Rieu bought each part over time, eventually restoring it to its former glory. The kitchen, dating back to 1452, and the main structure built in 1526, carry a deep historical significance. The castle's transformation was Rieu's personal project. He brightened dark rooms, added gold leaf accents, and furnished it with unique pieces found throughout Europe. A French-style orangery with tropical plants and birds now graces the grounds, adding to the castle's charm. While most people might buy a Ferrari, Rieu chose something unique. "I wanted a greenhouse filled with butterflies, and that's what I have," he said. The castle's value continues to rise, not just because of its historical significance but also its prime location. Rieu has built his own little district in Maastricht, owning 34 properties, including 6 near the castle and several land parcels. Maintaining this historic treasure comes at a cost. The soft stone structure requires constant attention. "No sooner have I repaired one half than I need to start again on the other," Rieu noted. Major renovations were carried out in 2015 to fix extensive roof and wall damage caused by erosion. Though Rieu doesn't live in the castle, preferring his 150-year-old house nearby, the castle remains the crown jewel of his assets. The castle has become a key part of his brand identity. "I use it to promote my concerts. The Americans come over to interview the king of the waltz, living in his very own castle," Rieu shared, embracing its role in his success. Beyond the castle, Rieu's fortune extends to his rare violin collection. His Stradivarius instruments are valued as both musical tools and multi-million-dollar investments. For years, he performed with a 1667 Stradivarius, an instrument created by Antonio Stradivari at the start of his legendary career. Rieu has a personal connection to this violin, explaining, "You can hear the love he felt for his future wife in that instrument." This special violin helped Rieu join an elite group of musicians, making his mark in the world of classical music with a treasure trove of rare instruments that continue to appreciate in value. Acquiring a rare Stradivarius violin was no easy task for André Rieu. "You really need to break into the violin world. It's a small world," Rieu explained. "Only 3 or 4 people around the globe have the power to decide who gets to own a Stradivarius." Once Rieu's search for one became known, offers flooded in from all corners of the world. "They came like flies to honey," he recalled. "I did nothing. They came from the other side of the world with violins, saying, 'Come play.'" As Rieu's fame grew, so did his collection of violins. Over the years, he upgraded to an even rarer and more valuable 1732 Stradivarius violin, marking a significant milestone in his journey. Media reports sometimes show different dates for the ownership of his instruments, which can cause some confusion. These violins are worth millions of euros, with the most expensive Stradivarius, the Lady Blunt, fetching over $15 million. The sheer historical value of these violins makes them far more valuable than just their craftsmanship. Rieu views these violins not just as instruments, but as pieces of history. "When I do a little bit of math, I notice that the trees for the wood of the Stradivarius violins had to be planted during Columbus's discovery of the New World," he said. "This rich history adds a layer of allure and significance that captivates collectors and musicians alike, making these instruments truly priceless." Rieu speaks about his violins with deep affection and emotion. "A violin is really like a woman," he explains. "There are many women, but only one you love." This powerful analogy highlights the deep connection Rieu has with his instruments. For him, these violins represent more than just financial investments. They are cherished, personal treasures. Touring with these priceless violins presents unique challenges. Moving such valuable instruments across continents is no simple task, especially when it comes to insuring them. Rieu once humorously pointed out, "My violin is insured, but my hands aren't, though my Stradivarius is worth more money." The security measures for these instruments are as extraordinary as their value. Rieu's Stradivarius, for example, travels with its own bodyguard and gets a first-class seat on airplanes, ensuring it remains safe and in the ideal climate during international trips. Rieu's commitment to his violins runs deep. During the financial difficulties of the COVID-19 pandemic, when his orchestra faced a crisis, Rieu made a bold statement that highlighted just how far he'd go to protect his musical empire. "I would sell my Stradivarius to support my orchestra. It's my life's work." Luckily, performances resumed before he had to make such an extreme decision, but it's clear that these instruments mean far more to him than mere financial value. They represent his passion, legacy, and deep connection to the art of music. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos, and don't forget to press the bell icon.